and welcome back to our life. So, yes, I'm Twilight.
I'm KG.
And last off, I think we did boat, I think. Yeah.
Boating.
And
yeah,
then
boating.
we're just doing the next story.
Which is a base game.
Yeah. And then what is it?
We're gonna do errands.
Yeah. Or errands.
Yeah.
I almost said
Errands.
drive because I forgot.
From the moment that you woke up, you knew that today was going to be busier than usual. There was a list of errands that needed to be finished before the day was done. First was visiting one of the biggest farmers markets in the area. It was only open for 2 weekends a month during a certain parts of the year. It was rare that you and your family were able to attend, so your moms liked to make the most out of every minute of it. And you realized it was not just them that was feeling that way when you heard a whistle from your left side.
Wow, this is a swanky show. Vegetables have never seemed so highbrow. Seriously, they don't mess around with their products.
Isn't that great?
Isn't it exciting? Liz crossed her arms. You could tell that she was amused. We couldn't have picked a more perfect trip. It's been so long since we had a true family outing. Her teasing tone was said more than she actually did. Your next door neighbor had joined you this day, and that's what made it a true family outing. The three parents laughed approvingly. Out of the corner of your eye, you caught Cove looking at you sympathetically. Some things never changed. Some jokes never died. You long accepted that.
You were excited to check things out. You thought this trip might be fun. You shrugged, feeling indifferent. You felt uncomfortable. You were in a bad mood. This trip was a waste of your time. You were excited to check things out.
Who are you, Jeremy?
Yeah.
Who are we, Jeremy? Are you serious?
God dang it, Jeremy. How dare.
He still comes up in our choice. Just kidding. Anyways.
We're excited to check things out.
Yeah. I would be excited too.
I would do that.
Yeah, there were so many stalls. You couldn't even imagine what hidden gems you might find among them. Bubbling with anticipation, you smiled.
Well, I'm ready to get started. I've got plenty of dishes in mind I could use ingredients for.
Before your moms responded to that, they glanced at each other and smiled. Yes, that's a very good idea, Clip. This place is much larger than it seems. It's difficult to visit each part in a single day.
I got it.
I'm sure we can make a decent dent together at least.
Actually, since there's so many of us of this time, we can take different sides of the market.
Sounds good.
Divide and conquer, eh? That sounds brilliant.
Era watched your mom's surprise. No one had considered that an option, but your mom flashed the group a dazzling smile, continuing the thought.
No, it's a little unfair that there are 4 Clockwork family members and only 2 Holdens here, so I'll go with you boys to even out the odds.
Okay.
That's fine with me. Cliff scratches the back of his neck awkwardly. He wasn't sure where to look or what to say. That was not the problem his son had.
No.
I don't like that idea. Don't worry, we'll be apart for only a few hours. Then we'll have something to talk about at the end of it. After the additional nudging, Cove nodded with a sigh. He realized this wasn't an argument he was going to win.
All right.
Alright, I don't get the point, but I also don't mind spending the first part of the trip with Sheena and Ma. Ma clapped her hands together at that. Wonderful. Are the teams ready to go?
Hey, I didn't agree to anything. Yeah, let's go. Can I be the one who goes with the Holdens instead? You stayed silent.
I would
Can I
say
be
silent.
with the Holdens again, please? Instead,
I would say silent. I'm just like,
I'll just say, can I go with the Holdens instead because Cove is there?
Alright, we'll go for it. You looked from your mom to your ma. Hopefully that you'd at least get to explore the market with Cove. He perked up the suggestion, but then you saw Ma was pounding at your request to leave her group.
I'm sorry.
Ma, we didn't mean it.
I'm sorry, but we gotta. Sorry, no can do this time, kiddo.
Seeing that neither parent was budging, you slumped your shoulders.
We won't split up too long, right?
Mal hooked an arm around you in a side hug. You grinned.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Sheena. Taking the lead, Mom walked over towards Cove and Cliff, who were still eyeing her confusedly.
Let's go.
Come on, boys, we're heading out. I'm so confused.
We're all confused. Okay. Cove looked at you softly and found himself pulled forward, stopping in front of you. His expression flickered for a moment, hesitant.
Bye.
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 Cove lightly took one of your hands in his and gave it a small squeeze. He dipped his face forward, wanting a kiss to kiss farewell.
Aww.
When instead he stopped midway, his whole body stiff. He jerked his gaze back at your mom, and you realized that she had been in and grabbed at the hem of his shirt, and she gave a small tug before letting go.
No, no, no.
Time's a wasting. Cove and I have both known you long enough to be aware that you're one to linger. If I don't stop you now, you'll only drag your feet on parting ways more. The two of you can snuggle and make out as much as you want later. We have important shopping to do.
Mom!
Oh my god, mother!
Oh, look at her face. She's like, I've known these two too long to know that they're not gonna leave each other at all if they keep this up.
You
But
know we're attached to the hip. Why would you do this to us?
why would you split us up in the first place?
I know, right?
Cove gasped at what he felt was truly an obscene thing to say. His face burned red. That was ignored by him. He spoke with an unimpressed roll of his eyes.
Seriously?
You don't need to literally pull me away from Sheena. I'm not that clingy. Cove, that's not gonna help you. We know that's an obvious lie.
Yeah, he's very clingy.
Yeah, I know, right? And I'm like, I'm not that attached. I'm like, Cove, come
Yes,
on
you
now.
are. You're attached to us like we're
Right now. Right now.
we're stitched together.
I know, right?
Yes.
Mom snickered with a shake of her head. Cove's eyebrows raised over the reaction, and he turned to Ma. She wouldn't meet his eye as she whistled innocently. Lizzie smirked ear to ear, and Cove whipped his head towards his dad, Mr. Holden. Mr. Holden couldn't offer anything more than an apologetic shrug. It was only then that it dawned on Cove, but that everyone did think he was that needy. Apparently, he dared to face you with a wide, pleading eyes.
Don't make fun of Cove. You said you were allowed to say things like that to him. Cove is totally capable of being independent when he wants to be. There's nothing wrong with being attached. It's nice. Come on, Cove. You know how it is. Silently stare back at him. You silently stare back at him.
Oh my god. Do you
We're
want to
gonna stare
randomize?
back at him.
I don't know.
Fine. That's funny though. How many?
6.
All right. 6.
Last one?
Yes.
Okay. There was no denying it, but they were right. But you didn't want to join in with this conversation. You struggled to think for a defense for him, but your side was telling enough. Cove hung his head, feeling completely outnumbered. Yeah, well, so what? The admission had Cove and your mom and his dad bursting into laughter. Cove grimaced and walked several steps from the group before stopping. He clearly wanted to move on, so that he was physically moving away.
I'll see you soon.
For a moment, you weren't sure if Cove heard you over the noise of the market, but then he nodded. You smiled softly, watching him get over his embarrassment and relaxed a bit.
See you later.
I'll see you in a few hours. Take care of yourselves.
At that, Mom picked a direction and set out into the market, with Mr. Holden and Cove following behind her. Grinning, Ma sent them off with a big wave. Liz gave a daintier goodbye wave herself.
Despite the change in plans, you're still glad to be there. You felt like the change in plans was a good idea. You felt unsure about it. You had been happy, now you're annoyed. That definitely put a damper on your good mood. I feel unsure about it.
Yeah, I would feel unsure about it.
You thought you would get to go shopping all together. You had been looking forward to being able to go through the market with your best friend. You had been looking forward to being able to go through the market with your boyfriend. You didn't like having your plans suddenly changed. You thought you'd all
Look
together.
forward to all together. Yeah, I was gonna say boyfriend, and I'm like, oh wait, yeah, that all together makes more sense.
Mm-hmm.
You could feel your optimism flattering. It made you feel silly, but you've been looking forward to the trip faltering, but it made you feel silly, but you've been looking forward to the trip you envisioned. Once you were already deflated and took up the spot next to you, she elbowed you in a gesture that you could only be encouraging when coming from an older sibling. Do you think there'll be any nice ginger around here? We'll have to find out. You nodded plainly, not having much to add right now. Ma led you both into the busy market. Some time passed and your group had spent hours browsing for the most part. There were a few stalls that you stopped by, but otherwise you were dragging your feet, trailing along behind Ma and Liz. At one point, Ma stopped so suddenly. She put her hand on her belly and gave a heartfelt smile. I think I should use the bathroom before. I should have used the bathroom before we left home, like the two of you responsibly did. Just need to pee?
Yes.
Yes, Liz. Need to visit the ladies' room now.
Should we wait here? Should Liz and I go on without you? Should we all go with you?
I would ask if we should all go with you.
Yeah.
Yep, alright. Ma craned her forehead as she struggled to pinpoint the direction she needed to go and gently considered your suggestion. There's no need to worry about me for this, or wasting time standing around. Keep on chopping. Though actually, I might need help finding my way. Can you come with me, Lizzie? You and your sister had to stare or look over that. Why do that of all things?
Hey!
Ma, if anyone should go anywhere on their own, shouldn't it be you? You're the one needing a detour, and you're the parent here. Ma giggled, unfazed by the resistance. Liz, meanwhile, tipped the brow of her hat up, watching Ma skeptically. Soon enough, Sheena will have to handle doing things of errands on her own. This makes good practice.
What?
Ma hooked her arm around Liz's and pulled her along.
Have fun.
Have fun. We'll find each other again later. Excuse me.
Bye. Wait. You waved. You tried following after them. You stood there stunned. Wait!
Wait. The word burst from your lips as Ma and Liz waded into the crowd, but it was in vain. They were outside within moments, and what started as a group outing rapidly became you entirely on your own.
You were overwhelmed. You thought, screw them. You were done with this whole trip. You felt great being left on your own. You thought Ma was being ridiculous, but you didn't really mind. You don't know what to think. You were overwhelmed? I would be overwhelmed.
Yeah. You were prepared to being hung out there on your own.
What? You walked off on your own. You found a place to sit where you were left. You texted Cove to meet up. We're gonna text Cove.
Text Cove. Yeah, we texted Cove. At the point, you had no interest in your mom's plan. If you're going to stick around to follow it through, you were going to do what you actually wanted. Taking your phone out, you quickly pulled your chat with Cove up and said, "Quick question, you want to shop with me, or could I join you instead? Ma and Liz kind of abandoned me over here." It wasn't long before you got a quick response back. Cove responded in rapid fire messages. What? Wait, where are you? You took a survey around your surroundings, then sent him a description of where you were and the path you took to get there. While you waited for his response, you watched all the people moving around past you. There wasn't a single familiar face. When your phone received a new text, you breathed a sigh of relief. Okay, I'm on my way. You're a lifesaver. You couldn't get there fast enough. There wasn't any reason that you could think of why you had to wander around the market alone. When you were certain Cove wasn't sending any more messages for now, you went to put your phone away. The familiar keychain caught your eye, bringing a warm smile to your lips. It was still so easy to remember those early days of your relationship with Cove, his pink cast, his big sad eyes, his frustration with his parents, but through it he was there. Since you met him, Cove has always been there. You had grown up to really appreciate what it meant. You placed your phone back to where it belonged and checked around for a nearby stall to kill time at. One pulled your focus.
Ooh, fudge.
Ooh, fudge.
Man, I want red velvet.
Yeah, red velvet looks good. While most stalls were selling various garden-grown foods, this one had an array of homemade fudge. There were even vegan versions of every option. Ooh, that's nice. That's good to know. Yeah, I've had homemade fudge before.
Yeah,
but they were expensive. Not gonna lie, it's really expensive.
So
yeah,
you get closer to the stall.
Yep, we're going closer.
We're going straight to it.
Yep.
You sidestep.
Yep. You sidestepped past a few other people and you got yourself right in front of the counter for a better look. There was a wide spread, dozens and dozens of delicately cut squares of delicants. The owner smiled and approached you to explain their shop. How's it? The fudge is okay. I can. The fudge is sold in boxes of 4 pieces. They either can be all the same, all different, or any mix you like. Are you looking to buy any today?
You don't want to get any. You want to get yourself a box. You want to get a box to share with everyone. You want to get a box just for Cove. You want to get a box for everyone.
Yeah.
Everybody.
The whole selection was too good not to share.
You want to get yourself a box as well. Yes.
Get one for Cove.
And Cove too.
Yep.
Both
get
of
one
them.
for Cove. Looking at the treats that made you think of Cove, you grinned, hoping he'd like what you picked.
And yourself,
you wanted one
too.
And yourself. I want one. Listen, I would want one for myself. Come on.
I know, right? Come on.
I'm like, pick that. I'm like, I want one for myself. I'm like, who wouldn't want one?
Yeah.
Who wouldn't want one?
Yeah.
Your mind was already filling with thoughts of sinking in your teeth into a delicious fudge. There was no walking away from empty-handed now. And that was all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I could use some fudge.
I'm glad you came to the right place then. For yourself, you picked red velvet, obviously.
Red velvet, of course. And then I want mint.
Mint?
Yes.
Dark chocolate mint? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, dark chocolate mint. What else is I'm looking at the pictures to see what's good and I'm like the chocolate what was it? The white chocolate peppermint one looks good.
Mm-hmm.
And then the last one, do you want to randomize this one?
Sure.
How many is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1 to 12.
7.
7? Okay. 3, 6. So dark chocolate mint.
Another one. Okay.
Okay, nice. For the group you picked, I feel
chocolate. Normal milk chocolate, yeah.
Milk chocolate for 1.
And then cookies and cream?
Yeah. And then I'll pick chocolate peanut butter.
Okay.
And then do you want to
randomize also?
12. Yeah.
12.
Last one's 12?
Yeah.
Okay. Key lime. And for Cove you picked. Okay, pick one for Cove.
Mint. 2 mints, like the dark chocolate mint one.
Okay. And then the white chocolate peppermint. Okay. I also would also pick the white chocolate. What else? I would pick, for some reason, I would pick key lime as a choice. And randomize the last one.
All right. 12 also?
Yep.
10.
10? So,
yes.
Okay. 6, 9, 10. 10. So white chocolate peppermint again.
Yeah, he's got a very...
And?
Oh, and?
The shop owner carefully put your order together. You can help You can help but to try and imagine how Cole would react when you presented this to him. Everyone else was definitely going to be happy when you regrouped together. You paid and there was no stopping with a large grin all across your face. Pivoting on your heels, you hove back to where you were initially and you kept yourself alert, trying to spot Cove among the crowd. For the next several minutes, you stood there on high alert, trying to spot Cove among the crowd. You broke into a smile when you saw his familiar seafoam hair sticking out above the masses. He hadn't seen you yet, but Cove was walking in with purpose in your direction. You noticed he was hefting a couple of bags in his hand. Standing firm, you cupped your hand around your mouth and added a projection. You took a deep breath.
Cove Holden, get your butt over here!
He instantly stopped dead in his tracks. Alert, Cove snapped up. His eyes searched the crowd until they landed on you. His whole demeanor brightened at the sight.
Sheena!
Aww! I forgot he voices her name.
Yeah,
it's been so long.
It has.
But even from a distance, you could tell his mood shifted again. He seemed serious. He weaved through passers-by awkwardly in an attempt to get through as fast as reasonably possible, nearly stumbling more than once. It only took a moment for him to arrive.
Are you okay?
Are you alright?
Mostly. How you escaped from my mom?
I didn't have to. Yours weren't the only ones to just leave. Your mom took my dad before you even messaged.
You're kidding.
I wish.
You can't believe this happened to both of us.
They planned it. They had to. But I don't know why. Are they pranking us?
I don't know either.
And you meant that you couldn't fathom what your moms were up to. Cove shook his head, trying to clear his mind.
So...
Well... His change in your tone caught your attention. You watched his eyes start to twinkle with mischief as his mouth pulled into a cheeky smile. You know, it's technically later, and your mom isn't around this time. You chuckled, knowing exactly what he was implying. The incident was already replaying in your head.
You hugged him, you kissed him, bashfully you nodded, flustered, you told him not right now. I don't really feel like right now. You kissed him.
Kiss him. We're kissing him. Yeah. Our mom already stopped us before. She's not here, so we're kissing him. You stepped closer, placing a hand on his upper arm. Cove beamed and leaned in. It was quick, too quick, but you could feel him smile through it. When you both did part, Cove chuckled affectionately.
I'm glad it's later.
Me too.
So, his gaze wandered off as if one of your parents might simply appear if they keep checking in, and you could tell he was still processing the situation. He scratched the back of his head, looking sheepish. Do you still want to go shopping with me?
Obviously.
Cope beamed and you were ecstatic at the thought of spending the rest of the trip with him. It was finally time to take some control back over your day.
Don't worry about it.
Even if we have to make our own fun, we're gonna have a good trip. Cope smiled at you encouragingly. It made you feel
more optimistic now, a little bit more hopeful. Glad that he was there, but still overall unhappy. Nothing. It was a terrible trip either way. A little bit more hopeful.
Yeah. You weren't alone anymore, and you would already feel yourself becoming prepared to get through the rest of the day. So, where to first? I don't mind going back to where I came if it's new to you. It's not hard to miss stuff, even if I've gone past it.
What have you gotten?
Cove shuffled his bag around and started to pull them open so you could peek inside each one. You can recognize the array of things he picked up around the market. I mostly got typical things I can use pretty easily so far. Nothing super exciting. And while I picked up a few things I figured you might want to have too. There were a few onions, grapes, and zucchini, and other things that were wrapped up so you can discern what they were.
You chose perfectly. Thank you.
What Cove bought made sense, but it was far from a complete suggestion. You glanced around at the nearby stalls.
Want to start over there?
Cove followed your eyes as you pointed out to one of the larger stores. It was filled with several kinds of stable fruits and vegetables.
Come on.
Yeah, let's go. Once a few people finished paying and moved, you and Cove got yourself directly in front of the shop. There were so many things to pick from. Oh my god. There's a lot.
I want strawberries.
Alright, we'll get some strawberries.
I always love strawberries. They're cute. And
let's get some cucumbers.
apples. Peaches.
Oh yeah, peaches. We'll get limes and lemons.
I guess.
But they're
Lettuce.
good on food. Where's lettuce? Oh, there it is. Peppers.
Tomatoes.
Oranges.
No, potatoes. Onions.
Onions.
Carrots also. We're just pretty much getting spinach as well.
Spinach. That was
we
everything.
just got them all.
The shop owner put your selection together and handed to you in a few bags. Hey, at least we got some food, like nicely grown food. I have enough to.
Yeah, I know. It's just that I remembered my playthrough. I just leave out the oranges, limes, and the lemons because I hate citrus.
Oh, I see. Like I picked everything for every time I play. I'm picking everything because you never know what you're gonna get there.
Yeah, Meal's like, yeah, I'm gonna pick this and this and this, except for the oranges, and because I'm done.
Happily, you paid and waited for Cove to make his purchase. Ready to go? Cove grinned, satisfied with his new choices. He added to another bag his small but growing collection. You nodded. Oh wait, before we start moving on everything, you want to hold hands?
Yes.
Yes.
More than that, let's hug. You held onto his hand, shyly lifted your hand out, took his arm instead. You offered him your arm. Took his arm instead.
I feel like, I don't know, since we have so many bags, I feel like holding his hand would be like, I don't know. I feel like that would be safe, but if you want to take his arm, then let's go for it.
Let's take his arm.
The blush on Co's face deepened as you stepped up closer and hooked your hand around his upper arm. You held him close and met his gaze with a pleased smile. Co was momentarily surprised, but then he chuckled, happy with your change in plan. With renewed eagerness, your boyfriend had nodded his head in the direction you had been going towards.
All right.
Okay, let's go. Together, you and Co wandered the market on the outlook for any stalls that caught your attention. Cove was walking around with a spring in his step, talking about the various meals ideas he had in mind. After a while, you had to go to greater distances to find something of interest. Several stalls were selling the same goods. It was only a matter of now what you wanted to buy from. You continued ambling down the path until Cove stopped suddenly, literally pulling you away from your thoughts.
Cove?
You followed his eyeline of sight past crowds. Immediately, you knew that what grabbed him: homemade jams and local honey. Oh, the stalls were glaring with a quaint in glass jars stacked high, each encasing gels of various colors. Cove's eyes were practically sparkling at the sight. His feet automatically began to take him there, likely without being fully aware that he had made an unexpected detour. When you got closer, you were surprised that there were even more varieties than you thought. They were even in different honeys based on what type of pollen bees used. Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
that's actually really cool.
You know, I really want to get those type of honeys. You know, it sounds
those
really
especially
beautiful.
yeah.
And
instead of the store bought ones.
Yeah. I want to get the blueberry jam. Type.
Hopefully,
thing.
when the world stops ending, we can go to proper farmers markets, because I actually miss going to farmers markets. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, I know. I miss going there too.
Because you never know what's good and what's Actually, most stuff is good there.
Yeah, a lot
Cove's
of good things are there.
Yeah. Cove's focus seemed to torn between the bottle of black gem and one of the clover honey.
Want some honey? He asked earnestly. Should I? Did you want some honey? I wonder what on earth could you possibly want at this stall. Everything looks really good. You took your head at him disapprovingly. You quietly left him to his dilemma. You want some honey?
Like teasing him or earnestly?
Teasing him.
Tease him. All right, we're gonna tease him. Dumbfounded, Cove nodded in response. His face was burning red. You grinned, way too pleased with your own joke. You thought things over for yourself too. Yes. Okay.
Get everything.
All right. Let's
Everything.
get clover honey, orange blossom honey, spring wildflower honey, honey butter. Oh, I've tried that. It's really good.
Strawberry jam.
Strawberry jam, raspberry jam, blackberry jam, apricot jam, blueberry jam, plum jam, rhubarb jam, and that was everything.
Jam.
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 You paid, and the shop owner started to pulling together your order. They carefully packed it in a few bags of paper, obviously, because I'm pretty sure that would be in mason jars.
Yeah.
From what I would be thinking, because mason jars are actually really good for containing stuff.
Yeah, they're good. Oh wait, I didn't even read that.
Oh, sorry.
Thank you very much.
Amused, you watch Cove give in and just buy both the honey clover and blackberry jam. He also went all in, getting spring wildflower honey and plum jam too. The shopper thoughtfully wrapped each in a brown paper in order to pack them before putting them away in a bag. He handed the purchase to Cove.
Thank you.
You both step away from the stall. Cove didn't fail to notice the look you've been giving him since he agonized over his toast toppers. Hey, this doesn't go bad for a long time, so why not stock up? I could have also chosen one if I wanted to.
Sure, and I get it. Why do you think I got so many? So, two. Yeah, right?
Yeah, right? We yeah, like she said, like, yeah, they last longer than most like jams that you would get in stores.
Mm-hmm.
Unless they're in mason jars, but yeah, mason jars make them last longer.
Yeah, mason jars.
Good then. As he began to stroll, Cove looked up at the sky. He smiled. It was sort of unexpected, considering all of this was technically an errand, and unexpected changes often upset him. But he was happy. Cove liked doing this kind of normal thing, and you can tell that Cove especially enjoyed doing this kind of things with you.
Mm-hmm. You blushed thinking about how comfortable doing this with Cove felt. You were feeling better than you were earlier. You were just feeling down about how the trip turned out. Is Cove's pleased attitude annoyed you? You blushed thinking about how comfortable doing this with Cove felt. Yeah.
It felt more than normal or mundane. It felt right.
I'm glad you're having a good time. We're so domestic. I wonder what the others are doing right now. You remain silent.
We're so domestic.
Yeah.
Cove took a sharp intake of air and started coughing for a moment. Afterwards, he looked at you and your teasing grin. You chuckled.
You're right.
That is true. I like it.
Aww.
Later, he spotted a less crowded area and you took a break from browsing. Cove started rummaging through one of his bags just to check how his goods were doing. A smile grew on his face as he went on to the next. You chuckled knowing that Cove wouldn't let anything go to waste. There wasn't a single doubt that he was going to eat it all. You held a hand in front of your face as you squinted upwards. The sun had moved quite a bit. You've been at the market for a good while now. Neither of your feet nor arms were sore right now, and Cove looked to be doing fine too, but there was something that could be coming. There was a price to pay for this much shopping, and it wasn't just in money.
Can you give me a piggyback ride? Could you carry my things? Want me to carry your bags? Want a piggyback ride? You quietly enjoyed the break from walking.
I would quietly enjoy the break from walking because I don't want him to give me a piggyback ride because of the stuff that we bought.
Yeah, true. I guess so. Me, I just made him give me a piggyback ride.
And I don't think we can carry him from him
I don't
and carrying
give
his
him
things.
yeah, of course. We're too small.
Yeah, we're average height. So, and he's taller than us. So yeah.
Yeah, he's too big.
And he's also
big.
bought stuff too.
Yeah.
So I guess I feel like we would enjoy a break from walking, and I don't want to carry his things. And
don't wanna
I
carry.
don't want to. I don't want him to
Or-
carry our things.
And
Either way.
Oh, yeah. Or give me a piggyback right now. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. Just the last one.
The last one. There was a breeze just you barely noticed in the air, and you contentedly sighed, happy that the weather was cooperative for the market. It made things even better.
Hey,
wanna ride?
ride?
Staring at him quizzingly. Yeah, he asked, but no, don't ask us.
Yes, let's do it. Yes.
Staring at him quizzingly, you raised an eyebrow. Cove chuckled awkwardly, and his cheeks turned on a light shade of pink. He tried again. I mean a piggyback ride. You could take a little rest. I don't mind.
Yes, let's do it. Yeah, okay, I'd like that.
Oh, fine, whatever. Cool. Cove crouched down low so you can climb on. You pressed yourself against his back and comfortably wrapped your arms around his neck. Once you were positioned, he stood. Your head steadily rose high above the crowd. It was lifting your spirits pretty literally. Cove huffed, letting out a breathy laugh.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I just realized I'm the one carrying all the bags too, not just you.
Should I get down?
No, I got it.
Oh my god.
Cove
it's so
took a
funny.
few steps and then stopped. He grinned, pleased with himself. Ready to get going?
Mm-hmm.
Keep an eye out for any good deals while you're up there. You got the best view around. He'll laugh and lean in backwards away from him. Cove gasped, lurching forward to get you back in place.
My eagle eyes see all. Not a single deal will escape me.
Cove snorted, amused at your enthusiasm. And with that, you and Cove continued your trip through the market together. Ma and Ma had both texted you during the trip, though the only thing to say that you hoped you found some good stuff and that they would see you later. There was no answers to where they are or where they went or why. You and Cove continued to wend your way through the bustling market, the list of outstanding items steadily shrinking while bags grew heavier. As you unraveled the view of the market thanks to Cove's height, locating the product your heart desired had been easy. Carrying every single thing purchased as well as another person made it hard for Cove to check his own phone, so he made you do it out. Eventually, he said that he ought to check if something important had come up, so your ride came to a stop out of the flow of foot traffic, and you dismounted on his back. Cove rearranged all the bags he was carrying, freeing his hand so that he can pull out his phone. You watched his eyes dart over the screen as he read the waiting messages. Not important. I can reply to that later. He mumbled his verdict under his breath. Then his face scrunched up with confusion.
Huh?
Wait, I've got a message from my dad. Listen to this. Cove, I wasn't part of the plan. I didn't know what was going on when I left with Fuchina's mom. Where are you? He sent that ages ago. I didn't hear it come in. He sent another one since then. Says he hopes I'm alright and that he's not bothering me. The newest one, everyone's going to the parking lot soon so we can meet up there. He lowered his phone, eyes narrowed. The same conclusion that was setting you on you had Leonard and Copes as well. So it was on purpose. He lifted the phone again, staring hard at the screen. Didn't my mom pull this stunt when we were little? You know, that time she took us to the mall?
At least your mom said that she was leaving. My mom's had a plan. The mall thing was spur of the moment. Is this a mom thing? When what your mom did was even worse. I don't remember either. At least your mom said that she was leaving.
Yeah, true. She told us she was leaving. Yeah, that's true. The crowd of people passing by stayed in his noisy other, a sharp contrast to the silence that had fallen over you and Cove. He rubbed the screen of his phone against his shirt, wiping the dust away and debris. He continued scrubbing the screen long enough after everything could have remained, the action of a poor substitute for pushing away the awkwardness for the moment.
You felt all right about it all. This whole mess was so upsetting to you. You were furious. You didn't care about what your mom had done. You were struggling to comprehend this. The shock was too fresh for you to even know how, whatever. More like, this whole mess was upsetting to you.
Yeah, this whole mess was upsetting. The deceit was unnecessary, worse than unnecessary. It had stripped you of your opportunity to object.
Okay then. Fine. How are they going to explain this? I can't believe them. You stippled back, you groaned, the sound expressing your misery in ways that words couldn't.
I feel like we've grown.
I would just say, okay then.
Alright, we'll go with okay then. Cope leaned down, making his eyes level with yours. He laid his hands on your shoulder, grounding you.
Are you okay?
Are you alright? His voice was gentle.
Aw, I'm peachy. I mean it.
That's good. Abandoning us without warning wasn't a really cool idea, even if they mean well, which they probably did. He looked you straight in the eyes. Not making a big deal of it is nice. I'm not exactly thrilled personally, so if you want to complain to me, you can.
I can't. I don't have anything to complain about. Maybe I am kind of mad. Okay, I'm disappointed. You can be kind of annoying to me. I didn't say anything. You didn't see. Okay, I'm disappointed.
Okay, I'm disappointed.
Yeah.
Cope nodded as he expected it all along.
I didn't want things to be like this. But they didn't even talk about it. I didn't get a chance to say anything.
Cope listened, nodding gently as you unburdened yourself. You then drew a deep breath, the fresh air steadying you. You didn't stop until your lungs were full. Cope watched over you, still concerned.
Sorry.
I'm sorry, even though I guess it's not exactly my fault this time, but is there anything I can do to make you feel better, even a little bit?
You already have. You're not the one who can make this better. You shook your head. Hey, aren't I the one who's supposed to help you with your parents? Can I have a hug? Kiss me. Hug me.
Hug me. We want a hug.
Just
there's
hug,
a moment.
A huge hug.
There's moments where we can ask for a kiss, but then we'll just want to hug.
I don't want to kiss in a public place. Okay?
Yeah, that's weird. Yeah. Listen, we want wholesome moments. Okay.
Yeah.
Cope spread his arms wide, his expression as wide as welcoming as his stance, beckoning you forward. You couldn't help but smile at how easy that was. You threw yourself into his embrace, squeezing him in your arms. Cope held you. It was restorative, rivaling even in the best night's sleep. You parted, the smile on your face still bright. Cope smiled back at you, patting your arm, giving you a little additional reassurance, just in case the hug hadn't been enough. Clearly, he was underestimating the charm of his own hugs. After a moment, he stepped further away from you, face turned. Cope closed his eyes and took a deep breath. His brow creased, then furrowed deeper into a scowl, his arms tightly coiling together. So they did do something stupid. I knew it. His voice had taken an exaggerated quality, but that was surely distinguished it from Cope's typical speaking tone and was an absence of rage. This was such a chore. Parents are so dumb. Why do people have to go to places with family members anyway? I hate them, and I also hate farmers markets. You got it instantly. It had been years since the boy with the bowl cut had been in town for the summer, but Cope had never forgotten. To this day, he continued to unleash his impersonation of whatever the moment felt right. Sometimes you wondered if the act had grown more exaggerated over the years, or if the kid was really that ridiculous.
You burst out laughing. You shook your head at Cove's silliness. You played along. You smiled quietly. That kid never gonna live that down, huh? You quietly sighed. That kid is never gonna live that down, huh? Yeah, play along. Let's play along.
Let's play along.
Wow, what was wrong with you?
No!
I'm not wrong. Actually, if you were as smart as me, you'd know that. Cope gave a lopsided smile, letting the joke rest for now. Come on, we should probably go meet up with the group.
Yeah.
You didn't dally any longer, slipping back into the crowd and making your way towards the entrance of the farmer's market. It didn't take long to reach the parking lot. Your parents, Mr. Holden and Liz, were already waiting there. They waved at you both as you approached. Your own family seemed to be in pretty good mood, in contrast to Mr. Holden. He stared at Cope with an open concern as you got closer.
Hey, bud. Hey, Sheena. How are you doing?
We'd be doing better if we haven't been abandoned in the farmer's market by our families.
It sounds so funny.
Oh my god.
Hilarious. Yeah, Cope has abandoned issues, you know?
Right? And I'm like, oh my gosh. You saw your mom's frowning at his response. Ma glanced from Cove to Mom with blinking eyes. Just because Sheena tries to make things a good time no matter what doesn't mean you could just leave her out of your plans and expect her to go along with it every time.
Go with it every time.
Every time. Cove is just so salty right now.
Yeah, I'm salty too. Yeah, that's very
Mom.
mean, Ma. Mom, both of you.
Ma hung her head ashamed, and Mom had to press a hand against her cheek. You could tell that they were quickly regretting their scheme.
I am so sorry.
I am so sorry, Sheena. Her words were full of emotion. Mom squeezed Mom's arm.
Oh. We were trying to make the errand more of a trip, less of a chore.
Ma nodded. We didn't think you, Cove, and Lizzie wanted to be stuck trudging around a market with your parents all day.
Especially not in the summer.
But you're always very thoughtful and you don't like to leave your moms behind. So we did it ourselves. It was only going to be for the market, not the other stuffs, I promise.
Still, you're right. We could have just told you and let you make your own call.
I am really sorry. Neither of us meant to upset you.
I'm really sorry.
All gas, no brakes, and we should have known better. Sorry.
Ma ditched me too. After pulling her urgent potty breaks done, if that helps, I went off my own shopping as well as it seems they planned.
Sorry.
Sorry I didn't check back in with you. I wasn't thinking, just tried to blow it off.
Aww.
They quietly took in their stories of what happened. Over to the side, Cove was talking to his dad. Thanks for telling me something was up, though I feel bad for missing the warning when you sent it.
You're welcome.
It's no trouble, sport. I learned my lesson about making surprise plans. Besides, I've got to register every thought that wanders through this head by you first, right?
That sounds about right, yeah. Cove smiled at his dad. Mr. Holm, laughing, clapped of Cove on the back.
It's
Not
cool that he
bad.
mentioned that part.
Yeah.
Wow, we're really being outplayed today.
You realize that you haven't been the only onlookers to the Holden's moment. Your moms were exchanging rueful looks. Liz had her arms crossed over her chest, patiently watching it all unfold. Yes, looks like it.
We'd better find some way to catch up.
In that case,
Maybe we can do Sheena's chores for the next week. Mom jabbed Ma on the shoulder.
You might be onto something, Sheena. What? Onto something. Sheena, how'd you like to sound of that?
They looked at you hopefully.
Sounds good to me. Make it 2 weeks. You're gonna have to do more than that. I'll think about it. You don't have to do anything. You're gonna have to do more than that.
Fine. Alright, we'll do that. Mom laughed despite your totally serious words.
I hear you.
And at the very least, we can make sure everyone stays together for the rest of the stops we're making today. You all nodded at this suggestion.
yes.
We won't let you down. We'll be the first sheepdogs ever. We'll be the best sheepdogs ever, guarding the flock and catching any strays.
Funny.
We can at least be shepherds. You should got your mood in spite of the bumpy morning. It was going to be alright. You turned toward the entrance for the farmer's market for one final glance, pressing it into your memory under this new light. You thought on what you picked at the market, and you were going to enjoy it later. Some things you could get at the local suppliers like this. That was another perk about coming along to the market today. Actually, you realized this was going to be a good time to bring out the fudge that you're going to share while everyone was clustered together.
Your attention, please. I have something for you all.
Your moms went out everyone's interest, and they looked over at you, each curious about what you had in store. You dug your hand into the bag and pulled out a specially selected treat.
There was this great fudge stall, and being so kind and generous, I got a box for us to try together.
Oh,
Oh,
that's so sweet of you. The Owens were wearing matching grins at the prospect of free dessert. Their family reminiscences more notable as they mirrored each other's expression.
Oh, yeah. Sweet. Sweet is the right word for this. Thanks very much, Sheena.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
you're fantastic.
Great. Can't wait to bust it open.
We should save it for tonight. You can probably properly enjoy the tree when there's still chores to be done. Besides, you don't want it to make a mess with it melting in this heat. The others remembered with their agreement and nodded, reaching for the consensus. You stowed the box away for safety for now. Cove then slided up to you, an eager smile on his face. You could tell from his expression that he was up to something. Thanks again for getting fudge. It was really cool of you. He knew that he hadn't could just come over to thank you individually, not with that huge smirk. I got something to share too, but well, only really with you. I guess it's not as nice. Oh well.
We've been plotting... What? You've been plotting your own scheme?
He laughed. Anyway, I sort of picked something out with you in mind. He held on the hand to your chest, staring at Cove as he explained further.
I mean,
Since your mom decided we should shop separately, I figured I could use the time to get you something. Just a little surprise. He reached over one of the objects in his bag and retrieved one of the wrapped up objects. You accepted it unexpected present, and you looked odd excitedly as you tore off the paper. It was a glass bottle of strawberry cream drink. You didn't need to taste it to know that it would be nice. It was a boutique product. It was heavy in your hand. The container and smart metal cap was reaffirming the quality. Even the labeling constructed from coarse paper rather than flimsy sheet of plastic was distinctive. You were practically bouncing in anticipation, and he smiled sweetly at your reaction. It's not a big deal, but I thought you might like it.
Thank you. You didn't have to do that. You're so wonderful. You smiled at him. You're always getting me things. You shook your head at his antics. You're always getting me things.
Yeah, you're always getting me things. So?
I can't believe we both got each other something. You weren't the only one who had that idea. Actually, we're a real pair. You grinned, ready to unleash your surprise on him. The last one sounds cute.
Yeah, the last one. His eyes began to widen.
I got something for you too, when you weren't around.
There was a burst of laughter, first from your mom, followed by a chorus of chuckles from the other three. You'd forgotten they were still hanging around. Unfortunately, they hadn't paid you and Cove the same courtesy that you had been listening in on your conversation. You weren't even apart for the whole day. And you both still used that chance to get each other little gifts. Ma clasped her hands together, eyes bright.
Good job.
That's so lovely.
A day? It was less than a whole morning.
Right?
True, I don't even want to think about what happens when you spend real time apart.
That's my boy.
You reach back into the bag where you first retrieved the box of fudge for everyone, shuffling aside to take out the other one underneath. You smirked wildly, amused that the others were still watching you.
That first box was for the rest of these people to split among themselves, but I got an extra special one all for you.
Cove's face lit up, his grin stretching from ear to ear. The laughter that came from the others who were truly turned into your little show didn't appear to reach him. You got one just for me? Cove took the box of fudge in one hand and claimed one of your hands with the other. He used the hold he held, the hold he had to lead you closer to him. He lifted the hand to his mouth and peppered kisses over your knuckles. He looked at you with eyes full of delight. Thank you so much, Gina. At this rate, it would be just your little group that knew that you'd been treating him, and the whole parking lot was gonna learn about it. Behind Cove, you can see Mom watching both of you with a smile with hilarity.
See? This is why he's so attached. You've spoiled him.
You shouldn't make fun, Pam. It's clearly mutual. Besides, I don't hear you complaining when I'm spoiling you. Ma pinched Mom's cheeks, making her laugh as she batted the hand away.
True.
True.
Both clapped their hands together with the air of a teacher calling for attention. Since the other adults aren't acting like grown-ups, the rest of us are going to have to pick up the slack. It's time to get back on schedule and continue the rest of the errands. Playtime is officially over. Ma laughed while Mr. Holden grinned awkwardly. Mom hung her head in an exaggeration display of mock defeat.
Kids are tough, and I can't even call them kids anymore.
Liz tut-tut with amusement at her mother. Cove shrugged, staying a neutral observer, but a small smile on his face revealed that he was enjoying the conclusion.
Sorry, that term has expired.
You grinned, letting them know that you were at least partly joking, though really you, Cove, and Liz could hardly be called kids these days. You were glad that everyone was getting along. With that, your trip to the farmer's market was closed. It was time to move on. There was too many of you in one car, so you, Cove, had wound up in Mr. Holden's car on the way over. You figured it made sense to do the same thing for the next leg of the journey. You sat next to Cove in the back. Immediately after the click of the seatbelt and unlock announcement that Cove was safely strapped in, he began to unfold the box of fudge he'd been given.
You're gonna eat now?
He nodded eagerly, not taking his eyes from the container. He lifted the top off and longingly admired the selection inside. Minty fudge is perfect for the end of snacking. It's so refreshing. Is this the green fudge lime?
Yeah, key lime.
That's amazing, cause it's the fudge that's also, cause it's fudge but also fruity somehow. Once Cove had finished bestowing his praise, once you'd picked, he promptly started sampling the selection. He was smiling, licking his lips, and having a grand old time. You could tell from his way of nibbling, his turn into munching. The box wasn't going to survive the trip to the next stop. You were right. Cove had to try to savor the treats, claiming just one more until there was only one left. The statement was finally forced to be true. He finished the last one. He sighed contently.
Thank you.
Thanks again, Sheena. Those were really great.
You're welcome.
He set the clean box to the side and rested his hands on his boiled tummy. Cove wasn't going to be hungry for a while after that. From there, he saw wordlessly gaze drifting to the window. You knew Cove well enough to spot signs that he was physically presently really present but mentally somewhere else. The way he would fall quiet, staring in without seeing in the long blanks of all which he was doing right now was as he looked at nothing in particular. He looked at his fingers absentmindedly, getting the last bit of melted fudge off his hands.
You were pleased he enjoyed it so much. Is it too late to ask for a taste? You teased him. I would have enjoyed a bite too, you said seriously. You look away, feeling bashful over how well your gift had been received. Aww. I'm pleased.
Oh, please. He enjoyed it. You closed your eyes as you pulled up the resolve to speak. You wagged your eyebrows at him jokingly.
So, what were you so lost in thought about?
Well, I was thinking about how nice you are.
Aw, that's so sweet. What the heck? How nice I am?
Yeah. His face grew redder as his hands clenched around the top of his knees. He stared at him, hoping for an explanation, but Cove simply ducked his head. When he next spoke, his voice was barely more than a whisper. I'm lucky I get to be with you.
That's so sweet. I feel lucky too. He laughed happily. You blushed. His words stunned you. You blushed.
I blushed. He peeked at you from the corner of his eyes, still a little too shy to look at you directly. You smiled at him affectionately, explicitting an equal caring smile from Cove in return. You felt content, secure in your relationship with Cove.
You decided to enjoy your drink now. You wanted to save the drink for later. Save the drink for later.
Yeah, save the drink for later. It's clearly special. You tend to make sure you gave it attention it deserved. You spent the rest of the day completing and remaining errands all together as a group.
You had enjoyed your brief independence. You were glad that you closed the day with everyone. I'm glad to close the day with everyone.
Yeah, same. Ma had been true to her word and ensured that to spend the rest of the time with the Clockwork family and the Holden family in one place. It had been a wonderful time and a lovely high note to end on. And that is it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is a good moment. I say that to a lot of moments, but I mean it when I say it's a good moment.
It is a good moment. It's
Yeah.
cute.
Mm-hmm. And we get to do interesting stuff like go shopping for the farmer's market.
Yeah.
With Cove.
With, Cove, yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. And we have 6 more left to go before we done for now
Yeah.
at least. But yeah. Anyways, I'd like to say thanks for watching watching us play the moment, and be sure to like and subscribe and to check out the links below to GV Patch and her social media, and link to her like Patreon to help support her, or just getting the game and buying the DLC, and check out our links to our other channels down below as well. And with that, again, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.